Today, state lawmakers again grilled the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety over allegations of racial profiling. It's more fallout from a KXAN investigation that revealed for the first time troopers incorrectly recording the races of minority drivers during traffic stops. And as promised, KXAN investigator Brian Collister has this follow-up to his investigation.
DPS and other agencies were misreporting the race of the driver being stopped.
As lawmakers hotly debated the results of a recent review of DPS racial profiling statistics, one thing was clear. It's impossible to tell how troopers handle Hispanic motorists. Because, as KXAN's investigation last November revealed, DPS has been incorrectly recording their race as white. Instead, the focus of this hearing was statistics showing black motorists are more likely to be stopped and searched than whites. University of North Carolina professor Dr. Frank Baumgartner, testifying by video, was asked straight up, are DPS troopers racially profiling?
I can't answer that question. I can only show you that the disparities are very, very real.
DPS Director Steve McCraw told lawmakers the traffic stop analysis is just plain wrong, which drew an angry response from the committee's chairman.
The most accurate data, the most clear data, is about how the disparity in treatment of black people in Texas when stopped by the Department of Public Safety. You can't, and you cannot.
And to make accusations, Mr. Chairman.
No, it's just true. I'm not making an accusation.
Making accusations.
I am not making an accusation.
Racially profiling without evidence.
I'm not making an accusation. He didn't, and I'm not.
At least 40 drivers have accused DPS of profiling based on their race, including this African-American driver back in East Texas in 2013.
Running just because I'm black? Nope. Come on, man.
Despite an initial finding by the agency's own inspector general, which ruled this trooper did racially profile this motorist and others, top DPS brass later overruled and said to date none of the complaints have been substantiated by the agency.
But we do take racial profiling seriously, I can assure you.
Not very reassuring, though, to lawmaker Ramon Romero, who told DPS top brass he knows what it's like to be repeatedly stopped as a young man in Fort Worth and having his car searched, he believes because of his race.
That's where the disconnect is. You and maybe your family members and so on don't experience that. But I had to get used to the fact that I was going to get pulled over and I was going to get put on the curb.
It was also revealed at today's hearing that DPS Director McCraw has yet to hire a consultant to review the agency's racial profiling statistics and policies. That's a promise he made after our investigation. We'll let you know what happens next. Brian Collister, KXAN Investigates.
Representative Coleman is promising to file legislation in the upcoming session to fix problems exposed by KXAN's investigation into how the DPS troopers report the race of drivers stopped out on the roads. These hearings are meant to gather ideas on what changes are needed and how to go about turning them into law. This is part of an issue we've been investigating for months now. Check out our complete coverage in this story at the homepage at KXAN.com.